Please do not listen to this recording whilst driving or operating any machinery. Hello there, my name is Ellen Booth and I'm a registered clinical hypnotherapist. Now, it has been said that inside every problem also lies the solution. And in this hypnotherapy, we are going to use the problem to create the solution. Now, for this hypnotherapy, I need you to be seated upright in your seats, with your back resting against the chair and your feet flat on the ground, uncrossing any legs or feet, and with your hands resting on your lap. And this is to allow circulation throughout your body when you are deeply relaxed. And your hands on your lap will be used when we get to that stage, as you will see. Now you can have your eyes open or closed, or you can open or close your eyes throughout is absolutely fine. And I want to put your mind at ease and to let you know that you will hear many positive suggestions and ideas throughout this hypnotherapy, and you will be in full control of your own mind throughout the whole process, and you can choose to accept or reject any of the suggestions and ideas that you hear me say. But I'd just like you to know that so you get the full benefits of this therapy, all of those positive suggestions and ideas you hear me say, you can allow them to go deep in the back of your mind, causing a deep and lasting impression there. And you may even find that the suggestions have such a positive impact on you that you may even hear their words echo in the back of your mind throughout your daily life. And so that you get this full benefit and get the absolute maximum potential from this therapy, you can allow all of those suggestions to have full impact, and you can use them as you wish throughout your daily life. Now, I'd just like you to focus on your breathing. Notice how as you breathe in, you breathe in calmness, relaxation, peace of mind. And with every breath you breathe out, you breathe out any worries or tension. And this is a process that will continue throughout. With every breath you breathe in and out, Now, just allowing yourself to relax deeper, more comfortably as you sit there, allowing your mind to clear, allowing all unnecessary thoughts to just melt away with your breathing. And any thoughts right now whatsoever are unnecessary, because there's nothing of importance for you to do right now other than to just listen to the sound of my voice that will go with you wherever you go, however deep you drift. And allowing your mind to be calm, clear, no thoughts, no distractions, just a calm, clear mind. Just allowing yourself to be physically and mentally calm, relaxed and at peace. Not a care in the world, nothing bothering you at all right now. And in a few moments' time, you will hear me count down from 10 down to 1. And with each descending number, you hear me count down from 10 down to 1. You'll drift deeper and deeper, relaxed, both mentally and physically. So physically deeply relaxed that there may be times you will not even be aware of your body at all. And mentally, no thoughts or distractions, as I said earlier, and a heightened state of concentration and awareness, aware of every word you hear me say, so focused on every word you hear me say. Okay, so ready. And in a moment when I do count down, you'll drift deeper and deeper relaxed with each descending number. Okay. 10. Drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. 9. Drifting even more deeper and deeper relaxed than before. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1, and all the way down, deep, deep down, relaxed. And just as I explained, so deeply physically relaxed now, you may not even be aware of your physical body. So mentally, highly alert with a heightened state of concentration and awareness. a very concentrated awareness that you have right now, because your subconscious mind is very, very open to change, open to positive change in this very deep, relaxed state. And your conscious mind is listening and aware of everything I say, but your conscious mind is allowing your subconscious mind to be open to change, because you are in a very relaxed, deeply relaxed state, much deeper than you would ever be normally. So you are open to resolving a problem of yours. You wish to resolve a problem of yours. A problem habit with gambling. A gambling problem is the habit that we are going to resolve. And I'd like you to know that your subconscious mind is extremely open to change now. And all of the following suggestions and ideas that you hear me say in order to help you resolve this problem, I have your best interests at heart, and I am here to help you. I'm going to show you how you can help yourself resolve this. And all as you have to do is follow every word you hear me say, to follow the guidance, to follow the procedure. And I am going to take you through a procedure, and this procedure will resolve, or at least I hope help to resolve the problem for you. This procedure is a very powerful procedure. A procedure that will allow you to actually use your experiences of the problem, to actually use the experience to actually resolve the problem. As you will see as we go along and as I take you through the process. Now, just before we begin the process of resolving the gambling problem, I'd just like to explain to you about your inner senses. You have eyes, a mind's eye inside your mind that sees all of the inner pictures, colours, visions, that sees everything that goes through your mind that you think of. And your mind's eye can see so vivid and clearly. It can be as vivid as when you are dreaming when you sleep at night. Your mind's eye can see so clearly, just as clearly as the physical eyes on your face see your outside world of everything that happens in your daily life outside of you. And your mind's eyes are exactly the same. They see exactly in the same way. But they see everything that goes on your inside world, inside your mind. And your mind's eyes can see so clearly, just the same as the eyes on your face, that you may wonder if the eyes on your face are open or closed, because you see just as clearly with both sets of eyes on your face and in your mind. And you also have auditory hearing inside your mind, where just like the ears on the sides of your head, you have ears inside your mind that hear all of the sounds that you think of. Have you ever played a musical song in your head and you can hear the music in your mind just as clearly as if the song was being played out loud? And you have inner feeling where you can feel the emotions of how something would feel. You can feel how your body would feel if something was to touch you. Have you ever watched a sad film and it made you cry because you felt the person's emotions in the film? You have inner sight, you have inner auditory hearing, and you have inner feeling. And for this hypnotherapy, you will be using all of those three inner senses: sight, hearing and feeling. Now, at the beginning, I asked for your hands to be placed on your lap. If you could turn your hands over on your lap, keeping them placed on your lap, but turn them over so that the palms of your hands are facing upwards, and to keep them in that position until I advise you otherwise. Now, using your inner senses of sight, sound and feeling, I'd like you now, right now, in response to each and every word you hear me say, use those senses to think now of a time in your past when you gambled and where you won the most amount of money that you have ever won from any gambling experience you have had. The time when you won the most money and had the biggest winning that you have ever had. And I will give you 30 seconds of silence so that you can recall and remember your chosen experience. And I give you that 30 second silence now. Okay, I trust that you have been able to recall that experience for the purpose of this therapy. Now that you have remembered that experience, in a few moments, I want you to replay the whole experience when I instruct you to do so. I want you to replay the whole experience slowly over the period of 1 minute silence that I will give to you. And in that 1 minute of silence that I give you to recall this whole experience, you will be able to see, feel and hear in your mind the whole experience very, very clearly and vividly, as if it is actually happening to you for real. It will be so vivid. It will be like when you are dreaming when you sleep at night. But this time, in that minute of silence, what I want you to do is I want you to feel the reward feelings that you received. I want you to have the dopamine releases in your brain that created feelings of pleasure. I want you to have the excitement, the intense excitement of feeling good, the pleasure and euphoric sensations, the euphoria that winning experience gave to you. I want you to feel the whole thing, just as it did at the time when it happened to you. I want you to feel it. I want you to bring it back, and I want you to experience the whole thing all over again. And I will give you that minute of silence now. Okay, I trust that you were able to do that for me. Well done. So now, all of the reward feelings that you received, the dopamine releases in your brain that created feelings of pleasure, excitement, the intense feel-good, pleasure and euphoria sensations that were part of that experience that you remembered. I now want you to separate those feelings from the actual experience. I want you to totally detach the pleasurable feelings from the experience of winning, the experience that you had, to detach the feelings, so that you have completely ripped them out and separated them into two separate entities. So you have the pleasurable feelings on one side and the memory of the winning experience separate on the other side. And I will give you 30 seconds of silence to do so now. Okay. Now we come to the part of your hands being on your lap with the palms facing upwards. With your dominant hand, the hand you use the most, and if you are ambidextrous, you can choose either hand that you feel is the best for you to use. And with your dominant hand, I want you to slowly begin to raise it into the air towards your forehead. And your subconscious mind will allow you to help lift it as well, slowly lifting it towards your forehead. And when your hand touches your forehead, you can gently wrap your hand around your forehead. And what I want you to do when your hand is wrapped around your forehead, I want you to transfer all of those pleasurable feelings that you detached. I want you to transfer all of those pleasurable feelings over to your hands. All of the euphoria, the pleasure, the excitement, all of the dopamine releases, all of those wonderful feelings, I want you to transfer over to your hands. And when you have done so in your own time, your hand can return to your lap. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds of silence again to ensure that you have plenty of time to do this and return your hand to your lap. So I'll give you that silence now. Okay. And I trust that you have transferred all of those feelings over to your hands, and that your hand can return to your lap if it is not already on your lap. Can return now. And your hand back on your lap, with the palm facing upwards. If your eyes are not already open, you can look at that hand and open your eyes and look at that hand. You can see what it looks like, feel how it feels. As you look at that hand, you can even feel the weight of all of those wonderful feelings in your hands. You may see colours, you may see images, you may see wonderful things associated with the sight of that hand, that you are holding all of those wonderful feelings in that hand. Now, what I'd like you to do now is just to close your eyes. Close your eyes for me if they are not already closed now. Close your eyes for me. Because what I'd like you to do now is that memory of the winning experience, the gambling experience, the memory of that experience that remains behind, with all of its good feelings now removed. I want you to destroy it. I want you to destroy it now. I want you to annihilate it, to obliterate it, to completely destroy the whole gambling experience that's left behind. I want you to totally destroy it. total destruction. And I will give you 30 seconds to do so. Okay, and I trust that you were able to put an end to destroy it in a way that worked for you, a way that you felt was your way of letting it go. Because there's a lot to be said about letting go of something. I'm going to give you a very powerful suggestion in a few moments' time. A very powerful suggestion, and I hope you trust me on this. It's for your own benefit, so that you move on with your life and move forward. I hope and want you to trust me on this. And the suggestion, I'd like for you to allow it to go deep in the back of your mind, to totally reprogram the way your subconscious mind had any knowledge about that gambling. And I hope you can trust me on this, because the suggestion is as follows. Will you forget to remember, or remember to forget, that the gambling ever existed? Will you forget to remember, or remember to forget, the whole gambling, the whole of it? Because you can just choose to forget the whole thing. Just forget about it. It doesn't need to exist anymore in your memory. So you wipe it from your memory. Will you forget to remember, or remember to forget, that the whole thing ever happened at all? Because there's no need for you to know anything about it anymore, because you're going to move on and move forwards. And should there ever be a need for you to remember it, you'll just remember that it was something that you let go of and you moved on with your life. And that's all you'll remember in a few seconds, and then you'll just forget the whole thing again. If ever anyone brings it up in conversation, or you ever have to talk about it, you just say, yeah, it's something that in the past, and now I don't even think about it anymore because I've moved on with my life. And then you just forget the whole thing. So will you forget to remember, or remember to forget the whole thing, so that you never even need to think of it ever again? And I hope that suggestion is for the best. It's in your best interests, for your own benefit. Now, moving aside from that, on to the next stage. Your other hand on your lap, your non-dominant, the hand that you did not use, the spare hand. In that hand, with the palm facing upwards, I want you to think about all of the things in your life that mean the most to you. These could be things like your family and loved ones, your friends, your home, your career or your job, your hobbies or your interests, your goals and ambitions for the future, and anything else that you want that matters the most to you. I want you to think about all of those things now. and I'll give you 30 seconds to do so. Okay, now all of those things that you want that matter the most to you, your hand, your other hand, the one we have not used yet, I want you to do exactly the same as you did before with the other, to raise it in the air until it touches your foreheads. And when it does, you'll transfer, just as you did before, transfer all of those things, wonderful things in your life that matter the most to you. You'll transfer them all over to that hand so that they go into the hand. And when you have done so, your hand will return to your lap. Once you've transferred them over to your hand will gently wrap around your forehead as you transfer them over. And when you have done so, your hand will return to your lap. And I'm going to give you a minute of silence in order to do this, starting from now. Okay, and I trust that your hand is now returned to your lap with all of those wonderful things that meant the most to you transferred into that hand, with your hand now returning to your lap. Now, again, if you can open your eyes if not already open, and you can look at that hand. Look at the palm of that hand and see all of those wonderful things that mean the most to you. You see them, maybe you feel them, maybe you hear them, and you can feel the weight of all of those wonderful things in your hand. You can see them in your hand as you look and focus all of your attention on that hand. You see them in your hand and you are holding them. Now, what I'd like you to do now is, with both your hands, your left and your right hand, to raise them in the air about 12 inches, a foot away from your lap, and have your hands turned to the side so that the palms are facing each other a distance apart. Now, in a few moments, when I give you the instruction, your hands will magnetise together. There will be no need for you to physically move them, because your subconscious mind will take over the movement and draw those hands together slowly like a magnet. It will magnetise, your subconscious mind will magnetise your hands together. And when they clasp together when they meet. They'll clasp together. And all of those feelings in your dominant hand, the feelings of winning, the dopamine releases in your brain that created the feelings of pleasure, excitement, the intense feel-good pleasure and euphoria and euphoric sensations that are in your dominant hand will merge with all of those things that you want to matter the most to you, that you chose about maybe your family, your loved ones, your friends, your home, your career and job, your hobbies and interests, your goals and ambitions for the future, and anything else that you wanted. All of those things in both hands will merge together and become one, so that all of the things that matter the most to you will have euphoria, will have the most intense feelings of high, will have all of those wonderful feelings, the pleasure, the excitement, the feel-good factor. They'll all merge together, and what you'll be left with is that all of the things that matter the most to you will give you that high, that immense euphoria. Now, I now give you the instruction to do so, for your hands to start drawing together now. And as I say, they'll keep drawing together until they meet. And when they meet and clasp, they will merge. And I'm going to give you a minute of silence for this now. Okay, and I trust that your hands are clasped together now, and that you felt the way that felt for you. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to choose one of your hands that represents all of it, that represents both, that represents the merging. Choose one hand of your choice. And what I'd like you to do in a moment is to touch your forehead with that hand as you did before, to put it back into your mind, so you transfer it back into your mind. But you transfer the new, what has been merged, you transfer that back into your mind to replace what you took away. You transfer the new back into your mind. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds of silence to do so now. Okay. And you can leave your hand there as long as you like. You can leave your hand there as long as you need to, whilst you continue to listen to each and every word you hear me say. Because from now on, you will have a much better life. You'll be more calm and relaxed day by day. You'll have happier, more uplifting moods in your everyday life. You'll have better self-esteem. You'll feel much better about yourself. You'll have more confidence. You'll be more successful. You'll not just be more successful, you'll be very, very successful in everything that you choose and want to do. All of your goals and ambitions of everything you've always wanted, you can have and you will succeed. This will be the making of you. You'll have so much more happier life, so much more happier than you ever dreamed possible. Because what you did was exactly what I said in the beginning. It has been said that inside every problem also lies the solution. And we have used a problem to create the solution. And as I said earlier about the problem, you can forget to remember or remember to forget that it ever even happened, because you're moving on with your life, with this wonderful new life ahead of you now. Okay. Now in a few moments' time I'm going to awaken you from this hypnotherapy. I shall end it and wake you up. But just before I wake you up, I want you to know that you deserve the best. You deserve to feel high and happy. You deserve to have feelings of feel-good, pleasure and euphoria in your life with all of the wonderful things that you choose, that you want to do. You deserve the best. And now you shall have the best. Now, in a few moments' time, you'll hear me count from 1 to 10. You'll become more and more awake with each ascending number. By the count of 8, you'll open your eyes. And by the count of 10, you'll be fully wide awake. 1, 2, 3, waking yourself up now. 4, 5, 6, more and more awake. 7, 8, opening your eyes. 9 and 10, fully wide awake.